I have done the handwritten instruction on how to make this, and that is in a blog entry, and I will link that down below in that description box so you could also read step-by-step instructions. So let's see how to make this doggy poo bag. These are all the parts that you're going to need in order to make a doggy poo bag holder. So this is going to be my external fabric, my internal fabric, a piece of fusible interfacing. This piece here is for your binding later on. This is for your zipper tabs. I'm going to be making this one shorter. This is the keyring accessories in order to keep it attached to the leash, and also some 11mm grommets. If you want to know all the measurements, I have attached down below a blog post that gives you all the measurements for this particular pouch and gives you the handwritten instructions as well. So if you like to follow along with words instead of a video, then you can. First of all, I am going to make the zipper tabs. Now I am going to cut this zipper off at 5 1/4 inches from the top. I'm going to get my mat here. I'm going to line this up at 1, and I'm going to measure in a 5 1/4, and I'm just going to cut it right there. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to get the tabs. So these are the 2 tabs. So if you do have any sort of printed fabric, we're just right sides down. So you're going to get your first piece of fabric right sides down. You're going to place that on top of where the zipper part is, and then you're going to put the next piece over on the other side, and you're going to have that sandwiched together like so. I'd recommend just holding it together with some wonder clips. I have the regular foot on my sewing machine, and I'm just going to stitch right along where the side of this foot is, all the way down. Once that is stitched into place, you can take the wonder clips off and you can open up your tabs. Now what I like to do is top stitch this section down now. Now it looks like this. You can match the colour of your thread if you like. This stands out nicely so you can see what I have done. This is a piece of medium weight stabiliser. Most people use this to make bags with, making the card slots and stuff like that. So basically you're going to fuse this to your external section of fabric, to whatever the instructions say on your fusible. So let's set this with an iron. This is fused nicely, and the reason why we use this stabilizer is so it doesn't pucker, and it just gives it a bit of extra weight, and it helps with the structure of the pouch. Like, you don't want it to be too thick, but this is just a nice weight. You're going to take a zipper and you're going to place the zipper right sides down to that external. So your zipper is going to be facing down to the external piece of fabric that is facing up on your doggy poop bag. And then you are going to take the lining section and you're going to sandwich that in there like so, and you are going to sew all the way down here. So the zipper is just wedged nicely. So zipper is face down, fabric is face up, and if you've got a fabric on the inside that has a pattern on it, that wants to be face down. So both of these fabrics will be facing right sides together. And you're going to sew this into place. Now you're going to have something that looks like this, and you're going to open it out and you're going to flip this back. So it's going to look somewhat like this. And you just want to make sure that you pull everything back nice and taut and straight, and just finger press these down and flip it over, and just make sure that this is pulled down. So just make sure it's nice and straight, and then once you get everything all nicely lined back up on the other side, on both sides, you are then going to top stitch all the way down here. So now you're going to flip over the external section so it's facing the zipper pull, and then just grip this into place. and then just flip over and then grip this into place on the other side. So this is the zipper facing the wrong way now. And I'm going to grip this here and grip this here. So it looks like this. And then we're going to sew across the zipper again. Now you have something that looks like this. It's going to be easier if you unzip the zipper and then you're going to turn everything right sides out. Keep it inside out for the time being, and we are going to top stitch part way down. You're not going to be able to get all the way down here. You're not going to be able to get down with your sewing machine. So just top stitch just this part here. With everything turned inside out still, you want to find out where the center is. So I'm just going to fold this in half, give this a light pinch here, and then I'm just going to mark right here. That's exactly where my center is, and then I can open it out to where the zipper is and line that up to the center of where my zipper tab is. Now I'm just going to stitch along here, holding this into place. Just make sure that you're sewing all the layers down. If you need to trim off any of the excess, just don't cut off any stitches that you've already stitched. Just make it just a little bit shorter, like so. So next you're going to take the binding section, and it's going to be right sides up, and you're going to take your doggy poo bag and you're going to lay it on top. Remember, this is all flipped inside out right now. Nothing's on the external. So we're going to fold this over and we're going to put a clip right there. And then we're going to fold the other side over and put another clip on the other side. And then you're going to sew across here 1/4 inch. Then once this is sewn into place, just lift this section up like so. And then I just give it a little bit of a press just so these lay flat. The next thing you're going to do is fold this section over. And then you're going to fold it over again and just get your clips again and just clip it into place, and just make sure that them side sections are just nice and tidy. Once you've done that, you can then go ahead and sew this section into place. Now pull your zipper all the way down, and you're just going to go from the side and you're going to create a box corner. So you're going to get this corner here and you're going to press it so it's on a corner like this. Then you're just going to have to turn this over here where the binding is, and then you're going to measure 1/2 inch. So I'm going to put the corner right here and I'm going to measure 1/2 inch, and I'm just going to use a friction pen. These will go away when you press them with heat. And I'm just going to sew this into place. You're going to take the other side of the bag and you're going to do exactly the same thing. So this is how this one looks so far. And we're going to do the same on this side. And we're just going to pop it up against one of the inches here. And then I'm going to measure 1/2 inch, and I'm just going to mark it with my ruler, and then stitch right along here again. This is what it looks like so far. We've got the binding on, we've done the boxed out corners. So the next thing we're going to do is just stitch down here so this external fabric and the line of fabric doesn't move about on us on the next stage. So now we want to place our grommet in and want to find the marking for the grommet. So unzip your pouch. You're going to fold it in half and press at the top so you can find where the center of your pouch is. And I'm just going to mark with a pen that mark. Now, because my external is too dark for my pen, I'm going to do this on the internal part of the fabric, and I'm going to mark 1.5 inches down from the top for where my grommet is going to be placed. So I'm going to do it around about here, and then with a friction pen I'm just going to do a circle. You may have to cut it a little bit bigger. I find that the circle is a little bit too small when I do this. So now I'm going to cut this to make an opening for the grommet. So you use this one to mark the hole, and you put this section in first. And I have this one in right now. And this is what it looks like on the front. So it's more decorative on the front. And then you use this one for the back. So basically you're going to put this over the top, and then it hides all of the raw seams. Now it comes with this tool. So there's this section here and another part. There's this section here. And basically this part here will actually rest inside of there. And then the smaller part, obviously you've got your fabric in between there, and the smaller part goes on top here. And then you get another tool which comes with the set, and you put that over the top here and you hit it with a hammer, and then this section here that's up will then get pressed over the top, securing the grommet in between both the fabric as well as the metal part of the other side of the grommet, so it's wedged together. So I'm just going to do that. So once you secure the grommet onto the fabric, this is what it looks like, and it makes it look really neat and professional. So let's move on to the next stage. Next, you're going to flip everything right sides out, and you're just going to push down these boxed out corners that we created. Once again, you're going to find out where your center is and mark at the center, and then you can flip everything to the center. Now take some wonder clips and clip each side, and what we're going to do, you're going to cinch in these sides here, and remember you're doing this with the external now facing you. I'm going to keep that zipped up a second, it'll help. So you're going to cinch in the corners by pressing that in. Just a bit of fiddly while you just get everything in line. And then you're going to do the same with the other side. You're just going to press that down from the center and push it in. And just make sure that your inside lining fabric isn't folded, and you're going to have to make it so it will get inside of this hardware. So it's just going to be a bit fiddly while you just get everything lined up. Okay, so once you've lined everything up, it should be able to fit nicely in the accessory. And what I recommend is definitely pulling down your zipper and then just sewing just across here to keep everything nicely sewn together. Once that is sewn together, you can then put the hardware piece on the top there. You probably need a hammer or something just to prise this down. And then you can place the keyring onto here. I found it easier to actually unroll all of the poo bags if they're on a roll, and actually just put them in a bit like an accordion into the bag. and then they come out nicely. The bags are now inside of the pouch like so, and they're all nice and zipped up. You can attach this to a leash, and also these pull out really easily, just like that. I hope you've enjoyed watching this tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I have so many more videos, over 500 now, so there's definitely going to be another tutorial that you will enjoy. Thank you. Bye.